beautiful day. Anyway, I've been trying to get down here and clean that dang boat. And I'm gonna do that right now. And the other reason why is because I got this. Another freebie. Man, somebody threw it in the dumpster. And it was right on top. I said, what? Is my freaking thing open here? Oh, you son of a gun. There it is. The lens cover was closed. Anyway, threw it away. And I said, man, nothing look wrong with that. So I yanked it out and it stunk to high heaven. It had shrimp in it. I guess they just didn't want to clean it. So I took it home, bleached the whole thing out, scrubbed the whole thing down, greased it up a little bit. That old Coleman I got in the boat's a piece of junk. So this would be nice right here. And then, let me see if these things didn't want to work before I greased them up. Yeah, now it's working. So then the other thing, look how filthy. This floor, I've already said it a bunch of times, does not look like the floor I put in. The sun is beating the hell out of it, the rain, mostly the sun. And when Cody Bass was here is when I swapped that battery. I didn't want to get out there and get stuck. And come to find out, right behind the battery in that corner, I have a leak. The floor was swollen up. You see the hole. This is all solid. I dug everything out that was soft. It's right here in this corner. And you probably can't see it, but when I put my finger there, don't put your finger there. When I put my finger there, the water puddles up on top of my finger. I let my finger off and it runs back down. So it's leaking right above the water line. Then when I get in the boat, the weight pushes it down and it starts to leak in. Plus it leaks when the waves come up, and so it's not like it's filling the boat. It's only when you got the weight in this corner it starts leaking. And I've looked out there and I can't figure it out unless it's like a micro in the seam. There's like a seam there, and it could be just a little micro split in the seam, but all the rivets and everything looks fine. And I had a funny feeling it's been going on for a long time. So then what I did was I came down through some oil-based paint on it. This does not look like the floor I put in here. It needs another paint job. Look at it. Man, this thing was a beauty when I put it in. So here's what I'm talking about. Look at my bait bucket. It's white. It used to be as yellow as this rope. Wow. That's what this Florida sun will do. Brought my fishing rod. I got my double jig hooked on there. Back in the day, man, this is all we used was them chartreuse during the winter time. Never had a problem with that color. Anyway, take her for a run, dry her out. Baby, I love my new cooler. I love freebies. Oh, I got more freebies. I'll show you. Pretty cool stuff. So the other freebies I got, going through the neighborhood down South Orlando, these two props, and with the props, these two anchors, some rope, and man, I don't know how many feet of chain, galvanized chain in there, and one like lead chain, I think it's called, with the casing on it. And just, cutting through the neighborhoods like I do. And it was garbage day, and these were laying out on the street corner there, on a curb for the garbage guys or the metal guys. And I said, holy macaroni. This one, 21 pitch, but it says 21 right there. There is absolutely no numbers on it at all, anywhere. But the spline is 19 on both of them. And they're stern drive, big gear case. And this thing's in great shape. This one, you know, he probably took this one off and tried this one and went with, you know, his third pick or whatever. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So that's Volvo, Penta, and OMC. It'll fit both of those out drive. But I've looked on this thing now. I've got the washer that goes on here, and it had some numbers on it, but they didn't, you know, I couldn't find anything, not a damn thing. And I mean, I searched pictures and eBay, and there's no writing on this thing at all other than that 21 pitch. So anybody needs a 4-blade 21 pitch OMC Volvo stern drive 19 spline, let me know. I'll give you a good deal on it. Or just make me a reasonable offer. So that's what's cool. I mean, the freebies keep piling up. I got another chair here, another recliner, needs to be cleaned up, which I'll be putting in Big Mike the Mechanic's place. Helping him out with that and get some furniture, and already got him a nice recliner in there, but there's still room for more. All right, baby, got my freebie trailer. Man, I tell you, over there it didn't look like anything. Over here, it's huge for a little trailer. I mean, man, I was like, whoa, where am I gonna put this thing? But this is gonna be it right there. And then probably I'm gonna take it and go higher, you know, put another, probably a little more than that, come up a couple few feet here, and then use this as the door. It's about 5 feet, I think. Boy, this door is heavy. Holy mackerel. These little TLC. Got a little rusty around it. Not a biggie. Sweet, I'm in business. Brand new tires. I am happy. A couple things I did here was I changed that big P hose that was on here and put the smaller hose, and then stuffed the even smaller hose inside the smaller hose to slow the stream down. Works good. Second thing I did was pull this thermostat out, as I was noticing how the water was just trickling out the bottom here. And I never really noticed that the thermostat was opening and closing, but it never ran hot. But also, when you look down in here, this thing is so filthy dirty. Is that gasket, exhaust gasket, leaking? I don't know. One way you could tell is, you know, see if you're getting soot on your hand. But everything's so dirty, everything you touch is going to have crap on it. Let me show you the thermostat real quick. So here was the thermostat and how I pulled it out. It had this piece of rubber on there like this. Then it also has this big chunk of rubber right here. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Well, and there was a big chunk in here that I pulled out. Anyway, I fired it up with this off so it could flush out. I don't know what that is. See, that's rubber, man. It almost feels like silicone that somebody stuck on there. And I need to drop this in some hot water and see if it's working. And I'm going to readjust it. I'm going to bring this thing down, this cable and the plate, all the way down. This little arm right here, it's actually called the idle spark stop. And I'm like, why is it called idle spark stop on the schematic? There's that little bit of slop. I have to push it up there. Boom. It never did come into contact. And then you can see this is rocking back and forth. If we pull this off and see what's going on there. So when I originally adjusted this cable, I had so much video that day, you know, trying to edit all that down. I just, you know, skipped a lot of stuff. When I originally did it, I tightened it. I think I did like 3 turns. Then I turned it back like 1 or 2 turns. Well, let's turn it back and get it real loose. That was like 3 turns. Okay, now I'm hitting the idle stop. I'm going to loosen that up because I want to go all the way past where that thing is set, because it's all the way there. You can't, there's no adjustment on it until you move it. See how it's all the way down on the end there? All right, so I got a little bit more. Now, it should be probably somewhere in the middle. So, let's take it in the middle. We'll start there. Move it up. Move the plate to hit it right in the middle. Now I got some adjustment either way, back or forward. I'm great on full throttle on my roller, but I'm right back where I started because of this. No, it's not moving now. How is this possible? Let me loosen that damn thing up. Again. This is what I'm talking about. It'll drive you crazy. See? Everything feels good. But I'm actually stopping before the mark again. All right, I'm going to take it out another frickin' turn or 2. All right, full blast. Roll pin looks good. I didn't really make a big difference, but there's a little difference there. Got a little adjustment here. All right, so I did check on the thermostat, and it is the same type I was talking about, where the gasket fits right on here. But I'm gonna run in there and look and see if I got the right gasket. I know I had bought some. All right, baby, I found one. Woo-hoo-hoo, look brand new. All right, so there's me roller. There's me mark. So it's finally behind that mark. Probably about as far as it's gonna go, the way everything's been going on here. Full throttles, right on the money. My could come out just a hair forward, which will adjust with this screw here. Now that roller doesn't start to move till it hits that bump. There's a bump on the cam. You know what? Let me get on this side and do it that way, and we can all see, I think. Back this out a little bit. Right here. Right there's that bump. Just that right past the mark. There's the mark. There's the bump. And that's going to put the mark right in the middle of the cam follower, or the roller, which would be right about there. And that looks pretty good. See, before I wanted it right, right at, how I said it starts to open right at the mark. But on this, the design of this, it's an 87. I never really worked on any of these. Like, to me, this is like brand new motor, you know what I mean? Boy, it's hard to see that thing move. I always watch the linkage here. Let's see. I think it's moving. I think it's starting to move right there. Yeah, see, I can't push that against the cam. The other day I was pushing it. It wasn't doing anything. Oh yeah, see how far that's moved up now? It's too far, so I gotta back it off. Get it perfectly vertical. When that roll pin is vertical, your butterfly is going to be perfectly horizontal for wide open throttle. That bump, which I'm going to call start position, don't squeak on me today. I was at 1.5 turns out. See, it seems like that damn butterfly is getting stuck. Boy, it's back to no adjustment there. How'd that happen? Same thing, when I lift up on that butterfly, it calms back down. That's where I like it. See if I can get it to lean sneeze. Just backing out on the screw a little bit. Come on, slow down, baby. Leaning it out, it's picking up RPMs. I'm trying to hold my breath. do this in small increments. Give it time to clear out.